everybody. Apparently, Ron Hill may not be time to stage because we need to make sure you have a lot of bodies when he comes in. Just a few basic rules. We're going to ask you questions. The questions all came from you guys. And each candidate gets 2 minutes to answer the question. And if they mention somebody else by name or by reference, then that person gets a chance to respond. And the school is here to videotape it for us, and we thank them for that. And they want us to tell you that, like us, their participation does not represent any kind of endorsement. They're just here to help the community. Thank you, Mary Jo, and the school for that. And that's pretty much it. Well, we'll ask the questions, they'll answer them, they'll address you. And we've got about 20 questions. We think it'll last 2 hours. We may run out of time. We'll see. Question number 1, we'll start with the mayor, just go in order. Tell us about yourself and what you've done in the past and what you'd like to do in your position to get elected.
I'm John Watson. I've been your mayor for many years, over 20. I am a retired postmaster. My wife and I have a rental business, and I rebuild old houses. Joe helps me once in a while. I'm very excited to, first of all, thank you all for taking the time to come to one of these. It takes a lot of time out of your day, but not near as much time as it would take if you were actually running for one of these positions. In the future of Vinton, we have a lot of things that we have to deal with. In the next 2 years, there are many things that we'll be dealing with that a lot of you probably won't even, at this point in time, recognize that there's a need. One of those would be the infrastructure of our sewer system, increase in our water rates possibly, increase in the sewer system possibly. We're going to do East 3rd Street, a big street construction, $1.6 million. That'll be going on next year. And we'll be looking at the infiltration in a new system and how to avoid all of the infiltration into our sewer system when it rains. Those are just a small amount of the things that we'll be looking into in the next 2 years, and whomever you elect will be very busy for the next 2 years. Once again, thank you all for taking the time, and have a good night.
My name is Nathan Hessen, and I am currently the part owner in Hessen Properties in Vinton here. My brother and I own it. I grew up in Vinton, lived here pretty much my whole life, save for about 10 years when I went to college and traveled the Midwest a little bit with my wife. As I said, currently own Hessen Properties with my brother. I've had a desire to be a part of the community in a lot of different ways when I came back to Vinton. First job I had was the director of Vinton Unlimited. I spent about 5 years as the director of Vinton Unlimited. Had a great opportunity to meet a lot of people throughout the community, get involved in economic development, get to know business owners and what business owners expect and the struggles that they go through. I've had the opportunity as a small business owner to not only listen to those concerns and be a part of that, but actually have those same concerns as myself. So I look forward to having the opportunity. I'd love to represent the 4th Ward on the City Council and see what we can do about investing in the future of Vinton. There's a lot of opportunities, as John said, coming up. I don't have all the technical background that John just kind of talked about, but I'm excited to learn about it and figure out how I can get in and get more involved in the community and in this role as representative on the City Council.
My name is Ted Jessen. I've lived in Vinton for 21 years. I currently run and operate Ted Jessen Construction. I've been in business for 10 years. I've enjoyed serving the community in that capacity, and my average drag time is about 5–10 minutes, so I stay pretty much in town, so I've got to know a lot of the public, and I'd really like to just give back to what the community has given me, and hopefully with any of the concerns and things that the people have talked to me about, hopefully we can address some of these and continue with what John sewer and the water. Thank you very much.
I'm Tammy Stark, I'm a 24-year resident of Vinton. I got interested in city council when I was with Vinton Unlimited, and decided to take it a step further and run for council. I like being involved. I like being able to be a liaison for the constituents and the council and Chris Ward and our city employees. I'm also a real estate agent, so I do see some of the needs that we are addressing as an active council, and I want to just continue with that and keep us on the right path for moving forward.
I'm Zach Parmenter. I've been on council for just a little over a year. I was actually appointed to council and then decided to run again for 3rd Ward. I work for Benton County Conservation. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And we have kind of a new process coming up. We're working on a watershed management authority, and the council and the mayor and the city administrator, everybody's coming together on this. And it's going to be a joint task force with a lot of other counties and a lot of other cities. And just to reiterate on the mayor's comments about the stormwater runoff, with this watershed management authority, right now we stand a very good chance of actually getting quite a few $1 million for the city of Benton to help mitigate some of these problems. And that's something that I am going to continue to work on as I'm on council.
My name's Chris Bendel. I've lived here all my life. I've been here for 4 years. I work at Rockwell Collins in Cedar Rapids. Funny little story, 4 years ago, somebody came up and said, I'm going to nominate you for city council. Happened to win by a vote of 4 to 2, I think it was. I didn't know what I was getting into, but for the 4 years I've been here, I've had a great time serving all these people. And as the years have gone by, I've learned a lot, and there's a lot more to come. There's a lot of important decisions that we have to make in the next couple of years. Very, very important decisions. If I'm elected, so be it. I'll make the best decisions that I can make for you.
My name is Brian Farr. I've lived here for quite a while. I'll do the best I can. Guess that's it.
I'm Bud Maynard. I've lived here my whole life. First and foremost, I'm a husband to my beautiful wife, father to my beautiful kids. I've been on council, was on council for 8 years. Just enjoyed it immensely. A year ago, I started having thoughts about perhaps running for mayor. So at that point, I needed to step back from the day-to-day bustle of it and take a look at it from the outside and see what kind of changes I could make. John is correct. There's a lot of infrastructure needs going to be coming up in this community. And what the community needs is a plan to lead that forward so we can do it responsibly and affordably for everybody in the community. And that's how Vinton has to be run, with a plan, not running from fire to fire and putting them out. And that's what I plan on bringing if I'm elected as mayor. So, thank you.
Also on the ballot are questions regarding the utility and its people. We are wearing stickers, and there's people back there, so I want you that don't want to know. Tell us what you think about the vote, about the utility, and whether or not it should be under the control of VMU as the second question space. Oh, I'm sorry, Nathan, you go first.
Okay. I've had the opportunity to be involved with the utility and I-Vinton specifically since kind of it began just a few months ago. I've had the opportunity to get involved and learn a little bit about it, to go out and help make others aware of what I-Vinton is and the opportunities that are there for both our students, for our families, for the community as a whole. And what I opportunity to be able to explore options and to learn more about this and what it could possibly mean for Vinton. As I understand it, it's the first step in moving Vinton forward. It gives us the opportunity to not only explore what options are available, but costs that go with that. And I think those are questions that everybody has, and without getting a yes vote on that first question, we're kind of dead in the water. We've waited a long time for this, and I don't think that Vinton can handle waiting another 10 years. The last vote was about 10 years ago. If we wait another 10 years before we can look into this again, we're going to be so far behind, it's going to be next to impossible to catch up. So I'm excited about the possibilities that exist. I'm not, I hope that people will jump in and vote yes. As far as the second question of whether it should be under the utility or not, I think that the current utility has done an excellent job. They've got the infrastructure already set up. They know what they're doing, and therefore I think that it would be a good thing to have it under that, but I'd also be open to having a separate board who can explore that as well and control the utility.
Well, I think that the I vote is a very important vote for Vinton itself. Right now, Vinton has not really grown in 20 years. Our population has stayed about the same, if not has dropped just a hair. You know, we need to bring in businesses, and I think that communication is a big way and a big part of that. Through internet, businesses run through internet systems, businesses done through the internet, and it's just important that we can grow the town, and then that will bring in people to help build our houses, and that'll help build the infrastructure that we desperately need. And I just really think that the town in a whole will benefit from this vote. It just gives us a lot of options to look at. We can actually look at what can we do with our own utilities. We have a great electrical department, a great water department. We have a lot of things in-house that, like during the windstorm, with our own electricity company, if you had Alliant or one of these other ones, you know, you're just a blip. You're a dot. But our own company was able to come in and take care of the town and get things moving. And that's why I also think that a vote for yes is a very important thing.
I feel like if we don't vote yes now, we're going to be, as Nathan said, 10 years behind again. It is important to keep up with progress. It is important to try and maybe stay ahead. Communication is a big thing. When my family comes to visit, I feel like they take a step back in time just a little bit with our communication. So I do feel that a yes vote is the way to go. And if it can be managed under our current utility, I would like to see that. I would be open to whatever other options people might want to explore, but currently I would like to see it stay under the Vinton Utilities.